Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? Welcome back. Today I'm going to be going through ranking the Call of Duty Zombies maps. I have not played all of them, mainly because I'm just an old man and I'm stuck in my old ways of only loving the old zombie maps. But I have played, I would say I've at least played a couple, one or two from some of the later games at least. Um, but to be honest, I would say after Call of Duty World War II, I honestly stopped buying Call of Duties. So I really didn't get the chance to experience a lot of Call of Duties until like years later, and usually only experiencing a map or two. But yeah, we're gonna go through this, and should be fun. Hopefully, you guys will maybe agree with some of my opinions, and maybe you guys will tell me some of your opinions down below. Nocturne Toten. Where do we put good old classic World at War Nocturne Toten? Very fun map, very creepy map. I feel like it's always kind of cool. Like, I don't know, usually I do play through the Call of Duty World at War campaign somewhat regularly. I would say at least once every year to every other year. So usually my experience with Noct is literally just loading into it after beating the campaign. And I always go through a match of it just because it's like, oh, good old Noct, why not? But it is just a fun, simple, like quick, 15 to 20 minutes, nothing too crazy, but still a fun map. Just, obviously it's very simple. You only have the mystery box, not a whole lot to do. Granted, you could, sacrifice days of your life getting to, round 1000 with the flamethrower, but, that's personally not for me. Next map we have is going to be Verrucht. This is a map I actually really love. This is one of my personal top 10 favorites. To me, I just think it's a really cool, creepy atmosphere that this map creates, and I honestly just really enjoy it. I like the challenge of dealing with Verrucht sprinters and having a Springfield as my wall weapon, and I just think it's a fun map. I really do. I think it's just a cool experience, and I think out of World at War's maps that they have to offer, I do think this is the best of the bunch. We have Shinonuma. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I am not the biggest Shinonuma fan. I think it's a bad map, mainly because it's really, really ugly. Now, yes, I know, it's a zombies map. It's also World at War, a game that didn't have the most amazing of graphics, so of course it's not going to be a pretty map. But in my opinion, Nocturne Toten and Verrucht are both visually appealing in their own way. Whereas in my opinion, Shinonuma is just like the fucking... I'm trying to think, like the 7 Days to Die, fucking radiation zone. That's what it reminds me of. It's just like this just green muck. That, to me, that's just what this map is. It's just like an ugly green muck. And I don't know. I've just never really been a fan of it. I don't know. It's just never really done anything for me personally. I do like the Wunderwaffe, of course, but I don't know. The map's just never really done a whole lot for me. Derice. I am going to stick this bad boy in great. This is a great map. Personally, I just don't get as much enjoyment out of it as Verrucht, which is why I rank it slightly lower. Just because it's not as creepy, and it's just... I don't know. I think it just feels like a bit less of a challenge, probably because, you have Pack-a-Punch, of course, and, all of that. But, I don't know. It's a very simple map, but I think all these years later, it's just not as replayable to me anymore, which is why I'm going to have to put it in the great. But obviously, it's still a very revolutionary map. I mean, it gave us Pack-a-Punch. Imagine COD Zombies without Pack-a-Punch. That would blow fucking donkey balls. Keener Toten. I don't know. It's good. It's a good map. I will say, anytime I play this map solo, I usually get bored. After about 15 rounds. So it's definitely not very replayable for me solo-wise anymore. but if I'm playing it with a friend or my brother or something like that, it is still a fun time. And it is a classic. It's the first Zombies map I ever played, and I would say it's probably the reason Zombies is as popular as it is today, even though it's not as popular as it used to be. But one of the reasons why it still holds some weight is because, everybody knows the theater map, But yeah, that's where I stick Kino. Just a good map, nothing too special. It is very creepy. That is one thing I like about it. Is like you just walk around in this map and you just look at, like, you look down the barriers. You've got the void barrier. Literally, I don't know what it is. Every time I look at the void barrier, it literally just like makes me sick to my stomach. I don't know why, but it is a very creepy map, and I will give it that. But in my opinion, that's all it really has going for it. It's just atmosphere. Let's see here. 5. This is another one of my personal favorites. I'm gonna have to stick this up here in Incredible. This map is just, well, for one, it's a massive challenge. There's so many things that have to happen for you to even be able to get round 25 on this map. And the only reason I'm saying that is because the highest round I've ever gotten solo was only round 26. And that was with a lot of luck, drop-wise, just getting the right amount of points, using my ammo wisely. I mean, this is a very difficult map where you have to play very smart, and somehow best the Pentagon Thief, which usually isn't really possible until, like, you have, like, a ray gun or something. But yeah, very tough map, but I've always found it really cool. Like, you're playing as, the president or Castro or, one of the other dudes, and you're in the freaking Pentagon, killing zombies. I mean, that's just really something else. And plus the cutscene, of course, the intro cutscene to the map is very iconic. Let's see, we have Ascension. I actually do not really like this map. I'm gonna put it in bad. I do think it's a bad map. I do think having monkeys coming to take your perks definitely ruins the vibe of it for me, personally, just because it's just incredibly frustrating. I feel like they definitely could have put any other frustrating thing. I genuinely would rather have a Pentagon Thief trying to take my gun than having to rebuy my perks, like, every couple of rounds. Because it's literally, I don't think it's possible to manage to, like, keep track of the monkeys on all your perks. It's just, you can't do it. And it's very frustrating to me. And I would say that is honestly the main thing that drags the map down for me. And I just also don't really think it's a very, like, special map, like, layout-wise and just, like, atmospherically. It just doesn't really do anything for me. To me, it's just, like, another place. So, yeah, I mean, shooting down the rocket is pretty cool. Shooting down the rocket with the ray gun's pretty cool, but otherwise, Ascension, to me, is just kind of a bad map. We have Call of the Dead. Another very, very awesome map. I think I will have to put this one in Incredible as well. Call of the Dead is just excellent. Especially as a Walking Dead fan, being able to play as Michael Rooker, that is so fucking cool. And plus, as a massive Zombies movie fan, just playing as a map, like playing a map where George Romero is the fucking boss. I mean, like, that's just astronomical. The Wonder Weapons blow. I mean, the Wonder Weapons do blow. They are not good. The Scavenger is pretty fun to use for a while, but as I'm sure most of you know, it has a significant drop-off, making, like, the, round 40 and up of this map pert near impossible. But this map is still very fun for that beginning stretch of time, especially because the odds that you're gonna, have a good first couple of runs to even make it to round 40, pretty low. But I just like the design of this map. I like the layout. There's so much to see. Another very challenging map, of course. There's a lot of close quarters, a lot of tight areas, and a lot of the areas you do have to run around is in ice water. So they definitely like to screw around with you with this map, but I just think it's really good. I think it's a really well done one, and yeah, I think that is a very incredible map. Next up, we've got Shangri-La. I'm going to have to just put this one in good as well. I do really like this map aesthetically. I think that is one thing the Zombies community as a whole agrees with on this map, is that, like, visually this map is very pleasing to look at. I do enjoy the layout and just kind of looking around this map, but I don't know, caves and stuff, and mainly it's the caves. Caves just don't really do much for me personally. It feels like the caves in this game feel like I'm running through freaking Oblivion caves, and anything that reminds me of Oblivion caves is just not good. Uh, yeah, that it's good, but to me it's not really much more than good. Moon, ugh, this map, I don't know. I would probably put it in average. It's an average map. It's just, and I will say, I'm playing it fair. I'm not ranking these off of their Black Ops 3 counterparts. Oh yeah, look at that. There's the Black Ops 3 ones right there. I was just gonna say, because yeah, if I was ranking these off their Black Ops 3 counterparts, a lot of these would definitely be in different places. But it looks like we're gonna be able to do that actually. So, because that shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, in my opinion, the original Moon is just very average, very gray and ugly, and honestly, colors, in my opinion, it's a really make or break thing for a map, honestly. If your map does not look pleasing to my eyes, I am not going to want to play it. Simple as that. And Moon is that, in my opinion. Otherwise, obviously we'll get to it, the Chronicles version. I do actually like the map itself, just not the Black Ops 1 version. Transit. We are now on to... Gosh, I have this... You guys ever just get this, like, terrible freaking, like, kink in your neck, in your back, and it just, like, drives you crazy? Sorry, guys. Transit is a map that I enjoy, but it is bad. It is a bad map. I do play through it, just to get better at it, but it is a very frustrating, chaotic map that is very difficult to master because of how broken it is. But I don't know, it's a map that I do enjoy the game loop of, and even though it has some issues, I think mainly just because so much time has passed, a lot of the issues just don't really bother me anymore. Now it's just like kind of a nostalgic map to play, where like it's just like, ha ha ha, this map sucks. Yeah. Bus Depot, I would just probably put in average. It's basically just like your Nocturne Toten experience, except not as good. But I did just play this with my brother on our channel break time the other day, and we did the 2-box challenge, and we both got the ray gun right away, so that was pretty fun. Farm, I would put as good. This map, I feel like, definitely nails the atmosphere. It's just like, it's so shrouded in darkness, and it's just a very creepy map, and it's very difficult, very difficult. There's not a whole lot of places you can be defensively before you easily get overrun, and training-wise, this map is kind of a joke, because when you're trained, I mean, literally literally you'll just be running in a circle, and I feel like almost every direction of the map, there's at least a zombie that can come from somewhere, so it's almost like pert near impossible to train, because it's just not as manageable. But a very fun map, nonetheless. Town, of course, I would have to stick that one in great. That is, every time I play Town is just always a fun time. Even it's usually just like a quick, 25 rounds or whatever. But that's all I need. I just want to run around with my voice of justice and absolutely wreck zombies for 30, 40 minutes and call it a day. It's just a fun map, and I think they definitely nailed it for just the perfect like survival kind of map. If it didn't have the lava, I would probably put it in incredible, but it has the lava, so. Nuketown. I'm just gonna put this one in good. The reason I put it below Town is just mainly because of... I would probably have to say just the random perk spawns. I think, even though that is technically what makes the map what it is, it's also what kind of takes away from it in a way, because it's like, it's just frustrating. It's like, you shouldn't be waiting till round 25 to get, Juggernog, and that's even if you make it to round 25 without Juggernog, which you probably won't. But I don't know, I guess it's kind of a cool map, It is fun every now and again, and I do like being able to use the M27 Pack-a-Punched. But I don't know. It's just a very, it's like a strange map to be a zombies map, I feel like. But I would still say it's good, and I would definitely still say it's more fun than Noct, Busty Pote, or Black Ops 1 Moon. Die Rise. I would probably also just toss this one probably an average. It's an average map. I do like looking at it, but it is not really a map that I'm trying to get round 100 on. It's just a map that I like to look at and die in like 10 rounds, usually. Yeah. Next up, we have Mob of the Dead, which, in my personal opinion, is the best zombies map that we have ever received. It's just just the overall story of this map and the atmosphere. It's a very creepy map. There's fucking bodies everywhere, and it's just got creepy noises and music. And honestly, the quotes from your characters that should usually be more lighthearted, I feel like some of the quotes are honestly kind of dark and just sad at times from these characters in the map. Really just an awesome experience. And the Blundergat is so fun. And I also love the Pack-a-Punch camo and just chilling on the frickin' bridge till like round 35. Usually just till I run out of ammo. And then I'm just like, alright, I had my fun. Now on to the next task of the day. Next up, Buried. I'm also going to stick this one in best category. This was definitely the best map the Transit Crew had to offer. There's just so much stuff to do, so many different mechanics to tinker with, and it's just a really, well, for one, this is definitely a bit of an easier map for sure. So it definitely doesn't fit in with a lot of my loving of the challenging maps, but it's just the vibe that this map has. It's not the creepiest map for me. I don't really know why, because it probably should be, but probably just because I've played it a lot, so I'm just used to it now. But it did really creep me out the first few times I played it, that's for sure, especially the Witch's House. I never even wanted to go in there. I was like, screw Pack-a-Punching, I don't even want to Pack-a-Punch. Fuck that place. Yeah, Buried is a very, very fun map. Leroy is a little annoying to deal with after a while, but I don't know. You get used to him. You get used to deal with him. You just stab him a few times and he does what he's told. Origins. I honestly think this is probably one of the worst maps we've ever gotten. I just don't like it. I'm personally not interested in this whole thing of like elemental weapons that you have to build. And for one, I just honestly don't even like the map itself. I don't really like running around muddy trenches, and I don't know, it's just like, it's not a very special map. It's very plain, kind of, I don't know, I mean, the crazy place is kind of cool, but that's probably the coolest part of the map. Otherwise, it's just your basic trenches and mud and panzers and freaking zombies running around destroying your generators. I mean, it's just, I don't know. The map has never really done much for me, especially because I just don't really care for trying to learn how to do, like, I don't want to have to watch a YouTube video to figure out how to build my weapon and upgrade it. That just seems absolutely ridiculous, and I refuse to stand for that. And I would say that continues on for and pretty much any map where, like, the only way that you can use your weapon, or the wonder weapon, is crafting it. And I don't know, to me that just seems kind of silly. Granted, I'm about to contradict myself in a few seconds, but with reason. Shadows of Evil. I would say this is easily my second most favorite map in COD Zombies. Buried, move. There we go. Of course, it's literally just Shadows of Evil's, Mob of the Dead's younger brother, but in my opinion, it is just as excellent, very, very visually appealing, and it's just a really, really cool map to explore and enjoy. And of course, the Apothecary Servant, which you can build very, very incredibly easily with minimal to no difficulty, where you would never need a YouTube video in a million years, which is why it doesn't bother me in Shadows of Evil. And plus, you can't or as far as I know, anyways, you can't upgrade the Apothicon Servant on Shadows of Evil. I don't know if there's some special way, but I don't think so. I feel like I definitely would have heard about it. I think there was an upgrade, and it was quickly taken out. But yeah, I think this is a really awesome map. I think they kind of took the Afterlife system and, with the Beast system, really improved that. And I also like some of the new perk jingles and just the music of this map. I'm definitely a sucker for that kind of style of music. Really just a cool map. It's just a whole different kind of vibe. Not very creepy or really all that difficult, mainly because you have the Apothicon Servant and AATs and whatnot, and Black Ops 3 weapons and Gobblegum. But I do have to say, difficulty definitely went out the window with Black Ops 3. That's for sure. The Giants, personally, I would have to put this one below Derice. I just don't really... The thing is even though Black Ops 3 weapons are good, I find them extremely boring, because it's just like, for one, since almost all of them are good, none of them really have much personality. And two, since none of them really have much personality, it's not really exciting getting any of them. And three, which is just icing on the cake, none of them are even real guns. They're all just fake guns, and that's just not interesting to me. But they are good. Trusty note to leave off on for that one. Derizen Drac. I guess I probably should preface this, especially since we're to Black Ops 3, where I feel like people really start caring about the Easter eggs. I am not an Easter egger, so I am not ranking any of these maps based on Easter eggs at all. So, having said that, Derizen Drac, I'm going to stick right next to Origins. I would say most of my problems with Origins carry directly over Derizen Drac. The only thing about Derizen Drac that I like more is just that the map isn't lame. Like, it's not a lame map. It's just that I don't really care for almost every single other aspect of it besides, like, cool, I'm in a castle. Cool. I don't really care, though. Yeah, I don't know. Origins and Derizen Drac, I just never understood the hype for those ones at all. They just never really did anything for me. Zetsubo no Shima. I'm going to stick this one in good. I think it's a good map. I think that it took the green mushy thing that Shinonuma was trying to do and made it a lot less ugly and a bit more appealing. And to me, this map, it kind of gets back to that little bit more of a creepy atmosphere. It's a lot darker. I also like the intro cutscene too. I always found that one to be one of the cooler ones. And yeah, I just really like just kind of the feel of this map. I do like the Thrasher boss. I feel like it's a little less lame than like a Panzer or something like that. Annoying to deal with for sure, but still. Pack-a-Punch, a little tough sometimes to get. This is a very tough map for sure. I would say this one and Gorod Krovi are probably the more difficult Black Ops 3 has to offer, and that's, with Gobblegum in the mix. But yeah, I think Zetsubo no Shima, good, but definitely not much more than that. Gorod Krovi, we can just stick that one right down here with Origins and Derizen Drac. This one has nothing to do with wonder weapons. I mean, the wonder weapon on this map is awesome. But personally, for me, this map, 1 is just too confusing for me to figure out. 2, I just do not like the layout. I think the map is laid out like so, like a fucking maze. It just feels so all over the place, and it just is just like a fucking dumpster fire map. I don't know, it's like so ugly, and just like everything's just all rubble. And I mean, I know you're in a destroyed town, but it's ugly. Okay, it's ugly and it's trash, and it's just not a good map. It's one of the worst maps easily. Revelations is, I would have to say, average. It is definitely I don't know, because like, literally all Revelations is just a bunch of fan favorite maps mixed into one. Which is like, it was cool when it first came out. It was like, whoa, this is so cool. But now, to me, I just kind of see Revelations as just like kind of like a quick, visually appealing, like fun high round. That's pretty much what Revelations is. Like, to me, it is a very, like, really cool, pretty looking map. And I do like that you can actually upgrade your Apothicon Servant really relatively easily. And you can have a Thunder Gun. You can have a Thunder Gun and an Apothicon Servant and Gravity Spikes and Trip Mines and, broken. Literally broken. It is fun. It's a fun map to mess around on, but it's just because of what the map is, I can't really bring myself to put it any higher than any of these other maps. But it is a map I've enjoyed, and it was actually the first ever Black Ops 3 DLC that I ever bought. Let's see here. We got Chronicles, Nocturne, Toten. I'm going to have to put this one in just good. I would say that pretty much goes for most of these maps, is they're probably just going to go up about one spot. Mainly because, for one, some of these maps that didn't have Pack-a-Punch before, or perks before, you can now have perks and Pack-a-Punch, which makes them more fun and also more possible to get higher rounds with a little less struggle. We got Chronicles Verrucht. This is probably going to shock some of you, but Chronicles Verrucht I absolutely love. You don't have a Springfield in this one. You just have an actual chance to survive in a really, really awesome, creepy, visually pleasing map. Pretty much everything I said about Verrucht still translates, but it's just even better because it's Chronicles Verrucht. Chronicles Shinonuma. Average. Okay. This was probably easily my least played Chronicles map. Just because it's just like, it's Shinonuma. Like, it definitely looks a little bit better, but still pretty decently ugly. And I don't know. I mean, who really likes Shinonuma? I feel like no one likes Shinonuma. The only people who like Shinonuma are the people who played a fucking round 7,000. Okay? And I don't play it around 7,000. I don't know why. Because who has the time to do that? Nobody. Or at least no adult. Let's see here. Chronicles Kino. I'm going to stick this in great. Mainly because it takes like Kino's kind of original, very ugly Black Ops 1 graphics and makes it into this really still creepy but beautiful theater. And to me it's just a lot more of a pleasant experience. Even high round wise, I just enjoy Chronicles Kino significantly more, even solo. Chronicles Ascension, however, I would say I would probably have to stick right here with Chronicles Shinonuma. This is probably my other least played Chronicles map. Ascension, it's never really done anything for me. And especially, now you don't even have PhD Flopper anymore, which is like the main thing that made that map cool. So it's just kind of like there. And I don't know, it's just another map where you run around with a Thunder Gun. It's like, come on. The Thunder Gun is one of the most boring wonder weapons to use. It's very effective, but it's incredibly boring. Chronicles Shangri-La. Gotta put that in great. I mean, it's beautiful and significantly more pleasant to enjoy because it's in the Chronicles form. And then we got Chronicles Moon, which is going to take a pretty decent spike up from where I put the original. Literally, pretty much all my problems with the original is the look of it. The Chronicles version I actually really enjoy. It's a map that I've fallen in love with as of recent years. And Chronicles Origins, I mean, literally nothing has changed for me. That it still sucks. It's still a shit map. Uh, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Smith Plays. I'm sorry. I just don't like Origins. I'm also sorry, Mr. T-Lex, if I know you like Garda Krovi. I'm sorry. I had to do it to him. Zombies in Spaceland. This one has got to go up there as one of the best. I don't know where Infinity Ward pulled this from. I don't know why they were never able to do anything like this ever again. But this was special. And really, really amazing zombies experience. It's unfortunate that they just... I don't know what it is. They just never seem to replicate it. I've never played any of these, but I've watched YouTubers play them, and I've never heard them say anything good about them. Except, I think I heard good things about... I wonder if it was maybe Raven the Redwoods, maybe? I can't remember. Maybe it was Attack... I don't know. I think I've heard some good things, but very few people. Final Reich. I would probably just put this one in bad. It's... I don't know. It just, like, as a zombies map, I don't know. It just did not really do anything for me. I've never played Groston House. I never played any of these shit fucking World War II maps. See, the thing is, you don't have to play them to know they're shit. Because literally, they just get memed on by the zombies community. So, Voyage of Despair. I think we all know where this is going. Yeah, it's going in bad. Or worst. I don't even really have to say anything, I don't think. 9. I'm going to put this one... I would probably just put this one in good, honestly. It's really the only Black Ops 4 map that I sunk any time into, but it wasn't really that much time, maybe 7-8 hours max. It's cool, but I personally have just never been that big of a fan of Black Ops 4 mechanics. Blood of the Dead. I think we all know how much of a disappointment this was, but it is at least more tolerable than Voyage of Despair. Classified, I've never played, but I do believe that's remake of 5, which I would definitely like to play someday, because 5 is one of my favorite maps. Dead of the Night, I've never played, but I've always been curious about, just based off the gameplay I've seen. Same thing with Ancient Evil. That's another one I've been curious about, but never got the chance to play. TOG as well, that's another one I would have liked to play, just never got the chance, and I'm not desperate enough to buy Black Ops 4 DLC in this day and age. Alright, we got Cold War maps. D-Machine, I would say, is a great map. It's very fun, and even though it's literally another knocked rendition, at least it's like a proper remake, and it's like, I don't know, I feel like when it comes to knocked, it's like, you know, you've always wondered what's out there, what is this place, and at least they kind of gave it something. You know, they gave us an answer, some sort of like, this is something now, and you know, it's kind of cool. Firebase Z. This may shock some of you. I'm going to put this map in Incredible. I think that when it comes to Cold War zombies, this is the best that there is to offer. I really enjoyed the Mimic boss, and of course there's the Manglers and stuff as well. You know, the basic stuff of Cold War. But I just really like this map. I really like the layout. I like fighting like the big boss or whatever every handful of rounds, and to me it's just a really fun experience. Very chaotic. Jeez, I'm getting notifications on my phone. Very chaotic and very fun. And of course Cold War's weapons. That is one thing. Cold War mechanics trumps pretty much every COD zombies that's ever been made. Unfortunately, I just don't think Cold War really captures the same magic. Like, I don't know, it's weird because it's like, it's a quality experience, but it still feels like there's something missing, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I would put Outbreak in average. It was okay to me. I had some fun times on it with friends, but pretty, like, basic, kind of experience. Mauer der Toten. I would say this map was average. It didn't really do a whole lot for me, but it was one of the more fun ones, especially compared to the last one that came out from Black Ops Cold War, which I did not like really at all. I would say that was definitely the worst in that game. And definitely one of the worst maps that we've gotten. Next up here, let's see, what are these? Oh, see, I never played none of this bullshit. None of this fucking Vanguard, fucking retard. Just kidding. I'm sorry. No offense. I literally just said that because it rhymed. Um, let's see here. Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. I have not played that, but I remember watching Mr. T Lexify talk about it when it came out, and I was like, damn, that looks like a fucking kick to the balls. Let's see here. I have played all of these maps, and I have to say, all of them were average. When I played Black Ops 6 Zombies, I mean, I wasn't even that excited to try it, because I kind of figured it probably wasn't going to be good. But it exceeded my expectations. It was average. I was not expecting it to be average. I mean, it was like it was okay. There were definitely like a couple moments where I was like, whoa, edge on my seat, like about to die. But it's new Call of Duty, so I didn't die. I don't know. It was okay, but these maps just feel very like copy and paste. Like they just don't. I feel like they're really lacking like some originality. They just don't feel special, really. But yeah, that is my ranking of Call of Duty Zombies maps. Let me know what you guys think below, and check out Break Time, link in the description, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.